Greetings, this is the Baron, and here we are again, sorting the collection, going over some random thoughts I have while I'm in the shower. Today's thought was actually Marvel themed. It was mostly about a scene from Infinity War from 2018 when the Guardians of the Galaxy are flying through space through the wreckage and they run into Thor and like wipe him off the windshield. They eventually bring him inside and they're looking at him, they're inspecting him, they're touching him. Star-Lord's getting jealous, and Drax says it's like a pirate had a baby with an angel, and it got me thinking. How does Drax know what a pirate is or an angel is? I mean, for that to have worked, and I know like in the original comic books he's actually human, but as far as we could tell in the MCU, he's not human, right? He's never been to Earth. He doesn't know what these things are. But then again, you've got space pirates, right? Like, they're out there. I think so. Pirate is definitely a term we got from other civilizations out in the Marvel universe that eventually came to Earth, and we use that word, which is absolutely fine. I mean, like, but it's something to think about, right? Like, Apocalypse, was ruling the deserts when he first emerged. And aliens have been visiting forever. So I guess pirate and even angel are terms we've got from outside the stars. Although angel also, in the MCU, I know like Mephisto might be like the devil, and they never really talk about like a one true god or anything like that. But you do have the Norse gods who are real, and you have the Valkyrie who are real. So I don't know, maybe in the MCU, at least, there is a real like god, I guess, and there are angels across the universe that, or at least the lore is there at least. So it gave me a lot to think about, how all this comes to be, how Drax knows what these things are, and he's, I don't know. That was my thought about Drax, which makes it even funnier, I guess, that Thor doesn't know what a raccoon is. Like, they obviously don't have raccoons in Asgard. Thor's a prince, he's well educated, he would have known about the freaking raccoons. No, he calls Rocket a rabbit. And I don't think this is like as a weird insult, I think it's just the closest thing he knows to what Rocket is. So that's the big comparison, is that Drax knows what a pirate is, even down to the eye patches. He knows what an angel is, which is a little more easy to do, I guess, as with that lore behind it. But Thor has never heard of a freaking raccoon. So the thought gets complicated and it rolls around. And this is what shower thoughts are, right? But that was a big contrast, a big like what? How come this but that? And it's fine. It is what it is. Thor, definitely one of my favorite MCU characters. Never really cared about him beforehand. Collecting the cards early on, I'm like, okay, yeah, God of Thunder, I knew who Thor is. This is Marvel's interpretation of him, and whatever. He's super OP, fights the usual villains, But when he came to life in the MCU, wow, a whole new love for the character. Drax I've always loved, but Thor... Thor came a long way from the 90s in my heart, for sure. So those were all the initial rolling thoughts or whatever. It went on, post-shower, to go on to all the other weird things that, well, if this, then that must be that or whatever. And one of them was Spider-Man. So Peter Parker has been making these Star Wars references since his introduction. And he saw the movies. He's a fan, I guess, and he doesn't, I guess, recognize that. I suppose it would have had to been Nick Fury that played Mace Windu, right? I mean, if it were Deadpool, that'd be one thing. He'd be like, "Hey, I know you played him, and now you're this guy telling me what to do." But like, this isn't Deadpool. It's not fourth wall breaking nonsense. It's Peter Parker. This is his universe. This is what he knows. This is Nick Fury's a real person where he is. Well, as far as he knows, as far as we know. But I don't know. Interesting little things like that. Just bring a smile on my face, something to get the wheels turning a little bit. And I suppose it's perfectly reasonable to assume that maybe Nick Fury has a clone or a doppelganger or even just a twin or something like that. But in the comics, and he's got like these mecha mecha Furies. I forgot what they're called, but he's got like nanites in his body or something like that, and he can like replicate himself or some shit. Not really positive how it works. Never really big Nick Fury fan, but could be that out there someone else is using his face, and maybe from his direction or against it. Who knows? But still, you think Peter Parker would recognize the guy. Anyway, I don't want to stay on that one too long. There's plenty of possibilities. There is one more I want to cover in this episode of Shower Thoughts, and that's Korg. Korg has made and is made into rock, paper, scissors references. And that also suggests that that game, rock, paper, scissors, is also across the freaking galaxy. Now, it's okay too. It's something to think about. Again, there have been aliens come to Earth forever. And maybe we're just very influential. You know, maybe people take things from us and spread it across the galaxy, and they're like, "Hey, this is kind of cool. This is real fun." Maybe we're like not the boring planet. Maybe we're like the exciting. Hey, we're like the California of planets. We're always doing the new next thing, but we're like stranded out here all by ourselves. And apparently, it's people enjoy our cultures. I guess it's a weird way to say it. Across the galaxy, because Korg, who I don't even know where he comes from. He's a rock person. I know it's one of the realms that the Bifrost goes to is where the rock people are from, right? But I guess either they happen to come up with it, or maybe there's like so many similarities. Or I haven't watched the Loki series yet, but I know about this whole one true timeline thing, and I wonder maybe if it just weaved in part of like the destiny that our cultures and other cultures out in the universe happen to come up with the same thing. We both came up with rock, paper, scissors, and called it rock, paper, scissors. We all, this is all looking way past the fact that everyone in the universe speaks English, of course. But, you need to do what you need to do. And, but, again, that's completely separate. The rock, paper, scissors thing, just thinking about that means somewhere out in Rock People Planet, they are also playing rock, paper, scissors. Or maybe they did get it from us, and they just made these comparisons, like whatever race Meek is. Like, okay, you're like Scyther, you got scissor hands, so we beat you. And then I don't know if there's a paper people. I don't think you'd want to be a paper person, right? That's what I call Skaven in the Blood Bowl team. Paper people. Or no, it was the Nurgle ones. They have the Rotters. They just get blown away. They get double injury rolls. Paper people. But yeah. So it's just a giant galactic joke out there about these several races, and it's like, oh well, the Earthlings say you're gonna win this fight, but let's give it a shot anyway. Anyway, I think that one is one of my favorites. Definitely. The Thor one gets me thinking about Thor, how much I love the character, but the idea that rock, paper, scissors was like I don't know what to call it, a craze, a theme, a habit, a game we play, whatever, and that we've influenced the Marvel universe, the rest of the planets out there, and they're like, oh yeah, Earth's doing this cool thing, rock, paper, scissors. It's like, hey, you're a rock person, I'm a scissor person. Let's go, mofo. Like, anyway. Shower thoughts aren't meant to be that complicated, I guess. Or maybe they are. I don't know. Well, I hope you're enjoying sticking this out with me. This collection sorting is going to be going on for a while, so I'm going to keep talking about, whatever I'm thinking about. So, anyways, for now, we're done here. Oh, this is Baronic, and I'm done here. That's the line, right? Later.